Since I've only seen a couple videos on how to take carburetors off, like a bike that's very similar, any 4-cylinder that has 4 carburetors, which has double overhead cams, pretty much be the same. Alright, so I took the old airbox off because it was full of shit, and I just didn't want to deal with it, so I got these pod filters that I already took off, right there, and I realized after I put them on that I'm going to need to rejet the whole fucking thing. So this is like my 3rd time taking these stupid pieces of shit off. So I just decided to fucking show you guys how to do it. Alright, so what you want to do is take just a regular Phillips head. As long as it's big enough, you don't want it too small or too big. You just gotta loosen this and get it loose enough so that you can slide it over the intake boot. And this one's gonna be a pain in the ass. Loosen a little more, maybe. Okay, and it just comes out. Whatever the fuck. There it goes. Slide it over like that, and then do the same thing for over here. Alright, so I got that one off and slid it over to the side. Sorry if you can't really see this, but you want to slide them over to here because there's like a little notch on the carburetors on each and every one of them that will make it a pain in the ass, because if they seem loose up here and you go to pull them out, you're gonna be pulling really hard and it's gonna be a pain in the ass for you. So slide those over. I did it for all of them, and then what we're gonna have to do next is disconnect the cables, the choke there, and then the push and pull for the throttle. It's a pain in the ass. One of them's just not fun to take off, so you're gonna have to do that too. So, and make sure you have if you're just taking them off to rejet it or something and you're not to clean them, make sure you got the choke on. Not gonna help when I go to take the cable off, but it helps from getting any of this shit inside of your carburetors that you don't want and then sucking it into your motor. So I'm gonna do that now and then I'll be back. And I forgot to say, you want to push down and then pull up, and while pulling this way, while pulling that way, and it's gonna be a pain, so I'll show you when they're off. Alright, so that was actually a little too easy. I must have not had them in the new carb boots that I have in all the way, but whatever, I'm putting new jets in anyways. So, oh, that's wet right there. That's fucking gas. Okay, well, that's probably from when I started it yesterday. Alright, so now that you have this hanging, you want to stuff all these boots with paper towels so really no shit gets in there, because you really don't want anything in your carburetors. Shit, I was filming that whole time. Shit, sorry about that. So I got these all stuffed with paper towels, every one of them. Make sure you get them in there deep enough so that if anything goes in there, you can pull it out when you pull the paper towels out. Alright, so now we need, what size is that? Size will be a 10 millimeter, I'm pretty sure, for those. You gotta loosen this lock nut and then it'll loosen enough on the bottom here so that, oh, you can't even see. If I can get a, it'll loosen that nut at the bottom, and you have to get it low enough so that you can pull it out, because there's like little notch there that it won't allow you to pull it out. So you're gonna have to do that, and then you're just gonna have to loosen the top part of that one, and then then just get a small Phillips. You can't see that, but that's a Phillips right there, and loosen the clamp and then pull that off, and then it should be able to just slide right out for the choke. Alright, I'm gonna do that now. Also, when I went to go pull this up and like sideways, I forgot to disconnect all the drain. That one's already disconnected, but all the bowl drain hoses. There we go. Got them all off. Make sure you take those off so you can slide it up and get to the stupid push and pull throttle. There you go. Alright, for this long cable with the 2 nuts that are on it, there's the 2 nuts. This one is the biggest pain in the ass, so you are going to need a longer than that one. Where is it? There it is. A very long flathead so that you can get to the cable and you can pull it out of the slot. And what helps also is if you open the throttle all the way, don't do it by there because it won't work, but you have to do it manually by that little thing right there. You gotta twist that and open up the butterflies so that you can get to the notch that this cable is in, okay? Alright, there you go. And as long as it just comes out of the slot, and it's a pain in the ass because it's way under there, you gotta open, see if we can get it. You open this all the way. I can't really do it with one hand, but open that all the way. Once you put it back on, you might need a friend, dad, family, anything to hold that open. And what helped with me is I took needle nose and jammed the rear of the handle, the plastic part, right into the butterflies to hold it open, to get that back on. And make sure you put them back on the right way, because the first time I did it, I put them on backwards, and the throttle would go forwards instead of back, and it just was completely messed up. Had to completely redo everything. So that's how I did it. I let these, when I clean these, I put them in a bucket and soak them in Pine Sol for a few hours, and pretty good now. So I'm gonna start. This thing's heavy, Jesus Christ. I think they're full of gas too, so I gotta drain the gas out of them, and then pull the bowl off and pull the main jet out, so I can start switching those around. And then here's the vacuum slide. I don't know what they call it, but the top cover, you got to pull every one of these off and put the new needle in with my jet kit. It's a dyno jet, stage 1 and 3, I think. So it comes with a bunch of jets, and I'm going to do that now. Also, I forgot to mention, you do not want to chew up the throttle cables like that. You don't want them to be crooked like that, and I did it when I first put them on, and now it's staying like that. So I don't know. I don't think it's too bad because it doesn't look like it's frayed or anything. It looks pretty decent. It just bent. So I hope, yeah, that one's good. That one doesn't have any fraying. So, yep, I just gotta, for my jet kit, I gotta pull the 2 bottom and top covers off, and then I'm gonna be putting the new needle in and new jets for whatever elevation I am. I don't even know what I am right now, so I'm gonna have to look that up and shit. So I'm gonna pull these apart, but this is a video on how to take them off. So, oh yeah, and make sure you get your gas tank off when you go to pull them off, and your seat. But I haven't had my seat on for, I don't know, a few weeks. We've just been working on this thing. I just rebuilt the front brake calipers, the rear brake. Well, actually, I gotta get the rear brake caliper piston is seized, so I gotta either bring that to Betancourt's or I have to heat it up and hold on it with vice grips and try pulling it out. It's a pain in the ass. New freaking piston was $72, and I need a very, very small snap ring pliers because they fucking make them too small to get. Yeah, you'll never see this, but there is a very small snap ring in there to get out and pull this whole piston assembly out with it, with a spring and a bunch of different shit. I'm gonna pull that out once I get the snap ring pliers and rebuild it, because I already got the rebuild kits. Just sitting in there, and that's for the rear caliper. But other than that, oh yeah, and here was 34-year-old brake fluid, which is smelling like completely rotted rubber, and that doesn't smell too good. So this is my 1980 cb900 custom. I just gotta do some more work on it. Fucking paint that stupid brake fluid leaking out of the rear master cylinder. I was gonna cut my front fender down, make it look better than it is. So I got some more work to do to this hunk of shit right now, and that's about it for this video. Thanks, guys.